To all the fans around the world on the Jasper Fans Forum, my name is Asha Femi. It's going to be another loaded package for you today. Kadu Wundare is not here, but James Agberebi joins me on the show, and we'll be talking about a whole lot of big and interesting African football story on the show today. James, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Femi. I'm happy to be on today's edition.
Okay, so we'll be starting from home right here in Nigeria. A lot happening. And of course, we'll be going to Gabon, where there has been an expose over the abuse and raping of young footballers by their head coaches. Yeah, you heard that, right? We'll be talking. I was going to be going to Ghana about the GFA election. And then the CAF 2024 Africa Cup of Nations, the trophy tour will be kicking off in November. We'll be giving you all of those on the show today. James, let's get started. Of course, over the weekend, we had scintillating club footballing games across the continent. And sadly for Bender Insurance, after missing on the continent for so long, their journey ended there just when they were right close to the group phase of the CAF Confederations Cup. But of course, Rivers United, they did the job on Eto Filante. James, let's talk about Rivers. Yeah, we expected Rivers United to do the job, having played goalless in the first leg. They won 2-0 at home. Then for Bendel Insurance, after 2-0 draw with RS Bekani, we knew that it wasn't going to be easy for them, and they succumbed 1-0 away when they were the one who actually needed a goal in order to secure passage to the group phase of the competition.
Yeah, now I'm starting with Bender Insurance. We said it in our last edition that we're going to be a big call for them, especially playing against the North African team, and you didn't win at home, then you know that it's going to be a tall order getting a victory. It would have been a miracle for them to get the victory away against their opponent. But the good thing is, at least it's an encouraging outing for them. Knowing fully well that they've not been on the continent for a very, very long time, and they got back. And remember, even the first round that they skilled, we never give them a chance that they're going to come out of that. They did.
Qualified.
Well, I say unfortunately, again, they had to go through another North African team. So it was North African team just too much for them to handle. So it's so unfortunate that I knew that we all knew that the first leg, that was where they lost it. But at least they gave a good fight. Unfortunately, the damage had already been done here in Nigeria. So hopefully, when next they get the opportunity, at least they put up a better performance. Then for Rivers United, that was a tricky game for them. I forget the fact that they won 2-0. They had 3 penalties. They lost. They missed 2.
And they missed 2.
They missed 2. So, but fortunately for them, they were able to needed goals. They were lucky that the opponent didn't manage to get a goal, because the pressure would have gotten to them, because it was a high pressure game. When you play 0-0, and see that in the return leg, because we are hosting the return leg, that's a sure bet for you to win. A team that knows its onion, once they play out a goalless draw at home, going away, it's like the game is still balanced. So it's not left for the team that's going away now to try and get a goal, just like what the Black Stars did to the Super Eagles. Whenever I remember that first leg in Kumasi, I always felt, I didn't mean that penalty was given. That would have knocked the Black Stars out. But when you go away to play, don't just be happy that you got a goalless draw, because the tie is still open. So for Rivers United, good one, at least we have a team in the group stage. The last time out when they participated, they didn't really do that badly, but unfortunately there are some games that they should have taken care of, which they never did. So hopefully they would have learned from that. When going to the group stage, I believe they would have the good enough experience to maneuver themselves out of the group stage.
Okay, the question that a lot of people have been asking is the fact that Imadio Sarenkwe, who happens to be Bendel Insurance's maybe top scorer or their most deadly striker, has been sold to a club in Dubai, when the club knew that they would be needing goals going into this game against RS Berkane. But That is how we do our things right here. Okay, for Ghana, it was a sweet song for them because Dreams and Medima, they made it through to the group phase of the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup, respectively. And something, James, Medima, of course, though they lost, but they were able to scale through on the goal difference. Dreams, they played 1-1 with FC Cologne away from home, 3-2 on aggregate in their favor. And Medema will be pocketing $550,000 for making it through to the group phase. That is for all the clubs that made it through to the group phase of the CAF Champions League. And James, that is 550 million naira going by the current exchange rate in the black market in Nigeria. And that is how much Enyimba International and what is it called now? Remo Stars just blown away.
Well, I won't say they blew it away. That's football for you. You win some, you lose some. It's not as if they deliberately got eliminated, So they were just so unfortunate not to get to the group stage. That's the beauty of, when you go to the continent, there are so many ways at club side, there are so many ways to make money. When you have the luck of always being on the continent, not just being on the continent, but at least get to a stage where at least you make good money for yourself. I mean, everybody will be happy. Look at Medema. When did they start attending start participating in CAF competitions? I want to believe this is their first time, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, look at how much they've raked in. I mean, this is good money for a small club because you cannot compare them to the likes of Hearts of Oak and Ashanti Kotoko. They are still a small club, but I mean, this is good money in the coffers for them. It now depends on how they go about, spending the money. This is not the time for officials to now thinking of buying new mansions and getting new private jets.
Come on, just don't go there.
No. We know how things are done in this part of the world. This is the time for serious club side that's well run to sit down and know how to go about, making use of this money. It's a good one for them. That's why it's important to do the really needful. Money will come. It's not only when you sell players or get money from gates and sponsors. There are so many other avenues to make money. But the players need to do the writing on the pitch, and the officials need to back the players. So good one for them, and I hope that they keep going further because the more you go, the more you rake in more money. So good one for them, and all the best.
I actually use that term blown away in the sense that if they could have made it to this particular stage, that is how much they would have made Enyimba and Remo Stars. But they live to fight another day. James, let's talk about week one of the Nigeria Professional Football for 2023-2024 season. And after so much prayer and fasting and a vigil and appeal, of course, it got underway over the weekend. And of course, we had your hometown club, James. They got the highest win of the day. Let's quickly take you through the fixtures. We have Abia Warriors 1-0 over Niger Tornadoes, Bayelsa United 5-3 over Akwa United, Rangers 2, Doma 1, Atlant 2, Lobby 2, Katsina United 1, Kwara United 0. Tango Dognari is not here. Will have laughed at the hell out of me today. Or at me today because of Kwara United. Shooting Stars, of course, they got on a winning note 2-1 over Plateau United, and Sunshine Stars defeated Kano Pillars and 1-0. Kano Pillars are back, James. I think that is some good news. But let's leave that. Let's talk about Victor Osimhen because of time. James, of course, a lot of Nigerians, even ex-internationals, following what happened with the TikTok video, they advised Victor Osimhen to leave Napoli because it actually demonstrated the fact that the club do not really cherish him. But yesterday, you and I, we had a conversation about this yesterday. Osimhen released a statement on his Insta stories, and he talked about the fact that absolutely no one can come between him and Napoli. And quickly, I'll take some part of that quote, James, then I'll allow you to read. He said, coming to the city of Naples in 2020 was for me a wonderful decision. The people of Naples have shown me so much love and kindness, and I will not allow anyone to come between us. The passion of the Neapolitan people fuels my fire to always play with heart and soul, and the love for the coat of arms.
Yeah, we've seen instances where even win or lose, the fans, they always surround him to get autograph, pictures, and everything. So that love has already been there. I think the issue Osimhen had is with the club, the the action they didn't take, the way they messed up the TikTok video issue, and they came out with a statement, and a lot of Nigerians are like that apology not accepted because they felt they didn't really apologize, but they believe they've apologized in their own little way. But I think kudos to Osimhen to have come out and clear the air, and they just put that behind them. I think the good thing, the message there now is you cannot mess with Osimhen. You cannot make, because it's one of the biggest players in Serie A right now, whether I like it or not. It's we're talking of the top 5 players in Serie A. He's going to be among those top 5. So you know that he's somebody that they cannot just throw things at and they won't get any reaction. And I love the way Nigerians too stood up for him. They came out, they bashed who they were supposed to bash, they criticized who they were supposed to criticize. So it goes to show that we don't joke with our star boy. So Osimhen's statement has kind of cleared the air, and the most important, and the good thing is he scored again. And he scored again against Lecce. I mean, it goes to show that scoring goal is not his problem. It's just for whoever is handling whatever social media to let it be known that today is Osimhen. It might be another player, so they just have to cut some of these things out. We know that when it comes to social media, there are so many things involved, but there are some things that are sensitive to many people. So you just have to be very, very careful. Not everything that should be taken with pinch of salt. You should be sensitive to some of the things we put out. So I think the issue has kind of gone around to let everybody know that there are certain things you don't do, no matter how the kind of freedom social media has given to everybody. You have to be very careful the way you treat people. So I think the statement, I've done that, you have done enough to calm everybody down.
Okay, I think that statement was carefully worded by Osimhen, because he actually exonerated the fans from everything that went down. But like James said, and I think I completely agree with you, it shows that he still has something against the club. As in, he's not happy with how the club handled that thing, because if you read through the statement very well, he was talking about the fans. And of course, in the midst of that, we had the resignation of the social media, Napoli social media executive, and the person of Alexio Fortino, though it had nothing to do with the Osimhen issue. But of course, he has left his role with Napoli. According to a report by Napoli, he indicated his decision to resign on September 10. That was long before the Osimhen TikTok came out. Okay, James, let's talk about Alexis Becker. Of course, this nice player, his parents migrated to France when he was 4. His parents are Congolese, and he's played for the youth team of France, but he's still eligible to play for Congo. Last week, something happened that he attempted to commit suicide in France over heartbreak. James, I don't know if your heart has been broken before. I know I know how much pain that must have caused. But for this young man to have gone to the extent of thinking of taking his own life over that, it had to take emergency services, firemen, and military. They were at the site in order to calm him down before he was rescued from taking his own life. James, what's your reaction? Like we said, he's one of us and is eligible to play for Congo.
Femi, I think the issue of whether it was due to heartbreak, I think his team is representative. They came out to put that aside, that he had nothing to do with a heartbreak. Whether they are trying to just cover it up, we will never know. But reports that it was because of heartbreak. We will never know, like I said. But thank God that at the end of the day, he was talked out of committing suicide. I mean, this is teammate of our own Super Eagles striker, Terry Murphy. Like that, I think 22-year-old, wanted to, he still has a long way to go in life. Heartbreak is a lot of, everybody has their own way of handling it. So he felt that his own way of ending it all, and good thing that he was talked out of it. Just pray that for now, I don't think anything football will want to cross his mind, because I don't think you be in the right frame of mind now to want to be on the pitch, So, and the sad part is he might even be taunted. You can't rely on fans. You think it's everybody that's interacting with him. The opposing fan might even want to use that. The way fans can be very brutal when they want to. when you expect them to be sympathetic, that those ones, the exceptions, who want to use that again just to get over the opposing team, But like I said, it's a good thing that he was able to be talked out of it, and that he recovers fully and get back to playing football.
Okay, we heard that a psychologist at NIS are trying to provide help for him, but whatever Becker is going through, we pray that he finds closure and is able to focus on his game and just move on. Okay, James, let's talk about this very heartbreaking story revealed by BBC Africa Eye. We thought we've heard it all about how football is run in Africa, corruption, maladministration, our inability to even maintain our pitches. We've heard about countries going outside their own borders to go and play AFCON qualifiers. Now, this very heartbreaking, heart-wrenching story released by BBC Africa about how head coach of Gabon has been molesting young players in their teens. And some of these players are now men. And about 30 of them in this expose were spoken to, and they revealed how this particular coach he said they were taken to a room full of equipment, and this man started touching them. When the investigation was concluded, this guy was arrested, and the Fecafoot president was linked to this very, very abysmal story. He was also arrested. After 6 months, he was provisionally released. And in July this year, James, he was elected to the executive committee of the Confederation of African Football. I'm talking about Fecafoot. That is what the Gabonese Football Federation is called, Fecafoot. I'm talking about Pierre Mungwegi. Yes, Pierre Mungwegi, that is the name. And he is currently a member of the CAF Executive Committee. That has generated a lot of very distaste in the mouth of a lot of people. And FIFA CAF Secretary General, not FIFA now, CAF Secretary General, he came out to defend the decision by CAF. He said because he was not indicted in his homeland. James, when you have people who are expected to have integrity and honor, being tainted with stuff like this, do you need to wait? Because FIFPro have come out to react to this, and they said that CAF and even FIFA need not to wait for any indictment before they suspend people who have anything to do with football, because they have that power. James, what do you say?
Femi, it's unfortunate that the person accused found his way up to the an executive member. This issue is not peculiar to Africa, even in European countries. I remember there was one in England. The coach, that was one of the youth team coach, he was accused. I think they had to even suspend him. But the sad part of our own, the way we handle things is, you still see people backing this individual. You still see people trying to cover things up instead of investigating. They just kind of defend this person, and you see the impunity and everything. They like to your face. They don't even care, So it's sad. It's very, very sad. A serious organization, when something like this happens, what they do is you just have to suspend that person, and allow that person to go and clear his name. Because as it is now, to me, it's just allegations, But the fact that this thing came up and they're trying to press to push it down like it never happened. Fine, like I said, it's an allegation, but at least you have to defend yourself. There are people who have come out not two persons who have come out to comment on it. People who are like victims, and you still feel this is not enough to indict this person. I mean, come on, it's very sad. It just go to show the way we do our own things. We always like to defend something that is undefensible, indefensible, So, I mean, I think the way the things are going now, I think is that the man just has to be indicted, has to face it. He just have to come out and clear his name. If he feels it's innocent, he should come out and defend himself, rather than just messing, So, it's a big issue that must be treated with caution, and must be taken very serious, because this is the one that we know about. Do you know what is happening in other federations? So I think the necessary, the appropriate bodies must step in to do the needful.
Okay, so people are still waiting to hear what FIFA will say because, like people have said, FIFA and CAF need not wait for anyone who have maybe behaved in one way or the other in contravention to their ethics code. That is very clear. And of course, Mugengi has denied all allegations. And part of this investigation was the fact that the BBC said people in the FEGAFOOT, which is the Gabon Football Federation, they alleged that this very president was aware of the allegation against Capello. Capello, so to say, not the Capello in Italy, but he did nothing about it, and that was why he was arrested for propagating pedophilia. That was what he was arrested for propagating pedophilia. But like I said, after 6 months, it was provisionally released. That is how we do our things here. James, that takes me to the next investigation about Samuel Eto'o, because police in Cameroon, they've begun investigation into match fixing allegations. This recent story about young players being molested in Gabon. I lost any hope if anything would come out of the ongoing police investigation about match fixing allegation on Samuel Eto'o. I do not have any hope. I don't know whether you have any hope if he actually indeed committed any crime regarding match fixing. Remember, we talked about last time, we talked about his affiliation with a betting site and a betting company, and the football stakeholders in Cameroon said that alone contravenes FIFA ethics.
Well, for me, like I said earlier, these are still allegations. If you bring Eto'o now, you have something to say. I don't think it's something that we just swallow all the allegations like that.
That's what I'm saying. He's a popular person. Sorry, James. He's a popular person in Cameroon. Yeah. He's a popular figure. Yeah. Now we saw what happened to this Musengui in Gabon. We saw what happened to Capello in Gabon. Now their suspension has expired, so we do not even know what's going to happen. So what I'm saying is, with someone like Eto'o, with the reputation that he's built, I'm sorry to say, sometimes here justice can be bought. So what I'm saying is, if he has actually committed any offense regarding match fixing, we are not even confident that police will do the right investigation. That's what I'm saying.
Well, if the evidence is concrete, at least, and there's enough evidence to back it up, I don't want to believe they want to, cover him up. Fine, it's a very popular person, but I mean, if the evidence is damning, I mean, there's no way you want to allow to continue as FECAFOOT president. Like I said, it's still allegations, and if you have his own say, everybody will have their own say. Just like what we discussed in the last time, when the people who are writing the petition and everything, they were like, as if they want to force CAF or FIFA to clamp down on Eto'o. But I think the necessary steps must be followed. These are, like I said, these are just allegations. All parties must be heard before actions will be taken, because it's a very sensitive issue. It's not something you just run to conclusion like that. It must be carefully investigated. All evidence must be brought forward so that the necessary steps and actions must be taken. So let's just hope that this they will not sweep anything under the carpet, because just like what you said, the way we do our own things, we just love covering things up. We will never do well for our football.
Okay. Of course, like we told you in the intro, the trophy tour for the Africa Cup of Nations will start next month, November. And of course, Ghana, the trophy will be landing in Ghana between the 26th and 29th of November. Then subsequently, it will go to all the 24 countries that have qualified for the next AFCON. Okay, what to talk about, but time is not always our friend on Nigeria Super Fans Forum. James Agberebi, thank you for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thank you, Femi. It was a pleasure being on today's edition.
Okay, so regarding the investigation by BBC African Eye, will keep our fingers crossed on what FIFA and CAF will eventually do about this, because the opera is almost becoming definite at this moment. Okay, we'll see you all on Friday. Yeah, this is Monday. We'll see you all on Friday, where we'll come, of course, with fresh African footballing stories. Kado Bindari, hopefully, will be joining us at the time. Please If you have anything regarding how we can serve you better, make this program better, please indicate in the comment section. If you do not receive our video as soon as they drop, please click on the notification button, and as soon as the video drop, you will get the notification. We'll see you all on Friday. Bye for now.